Today, it's impossible to speak of Nigeria's international reputation, in football, for example, without mentioning the proteges of this diminutive Irishman. International players like Thompson Oliha, Ogbade, Samson Siasia, Henry Nwosu, just to mention a few. 6 players from St. Finbarr's College were selected into the first junior national team, the Flying Eagles. Henry Nwosu, Stephen Keshi, Ogenengbe, Wakili Oyenuga, the late Adedeji, and Emeka James were selected to make the first Flying Eagles, later called the Junior Eagles. Like Nathaniel Ogenengbe, Nwosu, Paul Okuku, and Stephen Keshi were later selected to the national team. Stephen Keshi, of course, as you know, became captain of the national team and more recently coached the Togo national team. Godwin Odie represented the country during the African Nations Cup. Now, that is impact. Although many St. Finbarr's old boys went on to do great things in their professions, and we've heard and seen examples of so many. The late Admiral Patrick Oshoni, Tunde Mayaki, who's currently, I believe, chair of Sterling Bank. And in my own profession, so many of my professional colleagues, Babajide Koku, senior advocate of Nigeria, Norris and Quakers, senior advocate also, Muyo Onigbanjo, who was Attorney General in Lagos State. And my law partner and co-founder of the corporate law firm of Simmons Cooper, Dakwa Kiroshimo SAN, is also a St. Finbarr's old boy. My friend DJ Ali, of course, is here, founder of ARM. Kayode Anibaba, who you saw, he and I were colleagues in the cabinet of Lagos State. David Ige, and of course, the Board of Trustees chair, Joseph Ajanle Koko, and so many others, many of who are here. Yet, St. Finbarr's is probably, and when you look at all of this, you know, St. Finbarr's still distinguishes itself as probably the only college in Nigeria that can claim global reputation for a specific activity. And that's not to say, of course, several of the great colleges that we have, you know, have done incredible things. But for a very specific activity, you cannot speak about football without speaking about St. Finbarr's College, especially Nigerian football. And it was not by accident. Uniquely, St. Finbarr's has attained global recognition thanks to Father Slattery's deliberate policy of identifying, nurturing, and educating talent. But Father Slattery never became a wealthy school owner, you know, and that the great St. Finbarr's College is the vision of one man whose family and whose descendants will not inherit 1 naira of the great work that he did. Is an object lesson in the power of one person, of self-sacrifice, and service to a cause that is higher than oneself.